Imagine two coworkers walking into the same meeting. Both are intelligent, both work just as hard, both have good ideas. One speaks, and the room falls silent. The other speaks, and gets cut off before finishing the sentence. It happens again the next week, and the week after that. No one seems to notice, which raises an unsettling question. Who taught the room this was allowed? Respect isn't decided in a single moment. It's built through patterns, subtle social signals that shape expectations, and expectations that shape behavior. Some of those patterns are within your control, others aren't. And there's one reaction, later in this video, that undoes almost everything we're about to cover. Most people think respect comes from confidence, money, or authority. Psychologists describe it differently, as a judgment of social worth, how competent, reliable, and trustworthy someone appears over time. People don't always treat you the way you see yourself. They treat you the way they've learned they can. Why did no one stop the interruptions? The answer begins with the first pattern. Number 1. Weak or inconsistent boundaries. The first interruption surprises you. The second feels uncomfortable. By the fifth, it's normal. Behaviors continue when they meet no consistent consequence. That's not always conscious disrespect. Often it's just someone repeating what has worked before. Healthy boundaries aren't loud. They're calm, clear, and consistent. The standards you tolerate become the standards people expect. Number 2. Low perceived social status. Status isn't wealth or fame. In psychology, it's the influence others willingly give you. People notice competence and reliability because those qualities identify who's dependable. Notice what's missing from that list. Fear. Dominance can produce obedience. Trust produces respect. But even competent people get dismissed because people rarely judge you alone. Number 3. People copy other people. One person interrupts, then another, then a third. Psychologists call this social conformity. We look to others to decide what's normal, especially in groups. Here's the uncomfortable part. The first person disrespected in a group is rarely the most passive one there. They're just the first target. Once it happens once, it looks normal to everyone watching. You're not just being read. Everyone's reaction to you is being read too. Number 4. Emotional overreaction. Think of someone whose disrespect stings the most. Which pattern have they been running on you? Social rejection activates some of the same brain systems as physical pain. Small insults can feel deeply personal. The problem isn't feeling hurt. It's becoming predictable. If someone knows exactly how you'll react, they control the rhythm of the interaction. Regulation doesn't mean suppressing feeling. It means refusing to let someone else choose your response. Number 5. Unclear communication. The meeting ends. Someone apologizes. You smile and say, "It's fine." Was it? Sometimes people aren't malicious. They just don't know where your boundaries are. Compare "it's fine" with "let me finish my point, then I want to hear yours." Calm, respectful, unmistakably clear. Assertiveness isn't aggression. Clarity is often more powerful than volume. Number 6. Your reputation speaks before you do. There's a version of you that exists before you walk into the room, built from months of small moments nobody tracked on purpose. The colleague who once stayed quiet during a disagreement gets talked over again, automatically, a year later. Not because anyone remembers the original moment, only the impression it left behind. Psychologists call this expectancy effects. Once people form an impression, they notice whatever confirms it and overlook whatever doesn't. That's the quiet cost of reputation. It can outlive the moment that created it, working against you in rooms you haven't even entered yet. The good news: reputations aren't fixed. They're negotiated across many interactions, not decided in one. But there's one final reason no amount of self-improvement can solve. Number 7. Some people are simply disrespectful. This may be the hardest truth. Not every act of disrespect is about you. Some people are habitually rude or inconsiderate. Their behavior reflects their character, not your worth. Many people spend years trying to earn respect from someone who was never going to give it. You are allowed to stop. Healthy relationships require effort from both sides, not just yours. Sometimes the strongest boundary isn't changing yourself, it's changing the environment you're willing to stay in. What you can control. You cannot make everyone respect you. No body language trick. No confidence hack. No alpha mindset. Human behavior is too complex for formulas. What you can control: how consistently you communicate, the standards you uphold, the competence you build, the people you keep around you. Those choices won't change everyone, but they will change the patterns that shape your life. Let's return to that meeting. The person who kept getting interrupted wasn't less intelligent. They had simply become part of a pattern nobody questioned. Somewhere along the way, they stopped raising their hand as often, not because they had nothing left to say, but because saying it had stopped feeling worth it. The moment the pattern changed, people's expectations began to change too. Not that you can make everyone respect you. No one can. But you can stop reinforcing the patterns that invite disrespect in the first place. Your worth was never theirs to assign. If this insight was valuable, subscribe to Mind Archive. Understand your mind. Understand people.